Hello, I'm Kayla,
And I'm Dwayne.
and we are the Lightfoots.
And we wanted to welcome you to our channel. Well, we decided to start a YouTube channel, just kind of about our life and some of the things that are going on. I kind of figured my kids, it's crazy. I watch them watch other kids play, and I figure our family's got to be more entertaining than that.
Definitely.
So we decided that maybe we can share some of our lives and what we're doing with you guys.
Yeah, well, over the next year, we'll have a big transition for our family, so we wanted to share just what we're doing and how life is going for us.
And no, she's not pregnant. That's not the transition.
No, I am not pregnant.
So we wanted you to welcome you to our channel. We're going to tell a little bit about what's going on right after the come on. So work with me. I'm working with some new software, and if I can do it, I'm going to insert the come on right now.
Welcome back. Dwayne has an important announcement to make.
All right, so after a nationwide online poll and search for the name of our channel, we have arrived at our name, and the name of our channel is going to be
Lightfoot House Rules.
It's kind of a play, so you can look at it as saying this house is awesome, or as you get to meet our kids, you're going to understand a lot of the rules that we have within our four walls.
Yes. We asked online a couple questions about what you guys, well, a couple four topics on what we should talk about in our first video. And so we're going to talk about a few of those now. So we got a lot of suggestions, and we'll be doing it in two parts. So this is the first one.
So the topic we put out there was we wanted to kind of compare our childhoods, kind of see how different we were and kind of how we grew up, to see if that has any impact on kind of how you parent. But I think it's also going to be kind of a really cool exercise that you and your significant other, your spouse or partner can do, just kind of learn a little bit about each other. So, Kayla, how did you get to school growing up?
So growing up, my dad drove us to school every day.
Every day, all of y'all, all three of y'all.
Yes.
Mr. Collins, I don't know what was going through your mind.
He loved us.
Yeah, my parents loved me too, from what I
We
understand.
didn't have school buses.
He absolutely had school buses.
No, we didn't.
Anybody from Kane County, please comment and let us know if they had school buses.
We didn't have them. That's why he drove us.
I'm not believing that. So that's amazing to me that your father would drive you guys to school every day and that you guys would get curbside service, basically door to door. I rode the bus. So I personally rode the bus as early as kindergarten. I was one of those really smart kids. And back when I was younger, they had AM and PM kindergarten. It wasn't all day. So my parents would drop me off in the morning at my AM kindergarten, and then I would take the bus over to my PM kindergarten at the elementary school. And then even after that, from first grade, I was actually walk to the bus stop by myself most days. And don't look at me like that. I said most days.
Yeah. Let's explore that.
All right. So a lot of you guys that know me from my childhood, you know that I was fortunate enough to have the bus stops basically by my house. My house sat on one of the corners, and all the other three corners were my bus stops. So diagonal was my bus stop
Across the street.
for elementary school, and then right in front of my house across the street was my bus stop to middle school, and to the left of me was my bus stop for high school. So I literally had to walk about 20 to 30 yards to get to the bus. Now, what she's alluding to was the fact that when it rained, I had to get driven to the bus stop.
Across the street.
Could you imagine me sitting there on the bus stop soaking wet? Because you know I don't use umbrellas.
Well, what did Thelma do?
From what I understand, Thelma walked to the bus stop like an adult. That's what she should do. She was older than me.
So you got driven across the street.
I sat in the car until the bus came. Or I would stand in my door, because like I said, I could live close to it. I would sit in the door until the bus came down the street, and then I would run out and get to the bus. But I never used umbrellas. But could you imagine me walking into school soaking wet and sitting there all day?
Well, what did everybody else do?
I don't know. What's not worried about everybody else? It's worried about me. If I was worried about everybody else, I asked them to come sit in the car with me and my mom. I didn't do that.
So
I was worried about me.
this is
So-
rude. Oh
so-
my gosh. So yeah, I got driven to school every day, and you got driven to the
Yeah.
bus stop
Driven to the bus stop, or I stood out there.
across the street.
How was your attendance at school?
I had good attendance.
Define good.
It was not perfect.
So you had good
I mean,
attendance.
we went to school unless we
You
were
didn't.
legitimately sick.
Legitimately, I can honestly see
Yes.
Jason right now sitting at the stove with a thermometer, trying to get his temperature up so that your mom could come in and say he's sick.
Oh my gosh, he probably tried that, but
Yeah, but you probably told on him. Shout out Jason. I hope she didn't tell on you.
that sounds like me.
It does. Me personally, a lot of people probably won't think of this, but I actually had perfect attendance for 9 out of 12 years. I missed 4 days of school my entire K through 12. I missed 1 day in 7th grade for my grandmother's funeral. I missed 2 days my freshman year at separate times, 1 day each when I got sick, and I missed 1 day my junior year in high school for my grandfather's funeral. But outside of that, I was in school. Rain, sleet, snow, didn't matter. But I've been.
Oh yeah.
But
That-
you had to look at it though. My mom was a teacher, so I couldn't sit there and be like,
you
"Mom,
were
there's
going
no
to school
school
anytime.
today," because she knew, because she was already dressed and ready to go work. But after she dropped me off at the bus stop, so yeah. So
On those
rainy
rainy days.
days, man, or hot days, or what have you. I was the first person there, and the last one to leave, because there were many days, high school and college, where I was late and left early, but I was there when I was checked up on the attendance sheet.
I missed plenty of days in college. but-
Yes, you did, because your school was optional. Mine was
No, it was not optional.
Yeah.
I just opted not to go.
That means option.
Sometimes.
I had to go. If I didn't go to my class, my coaches were going to be at my door waiting for me. They weren't going to walk
Well,
me to
that's
class.
you.
Yeah.
But I mean, in 6th grade, I did miss like 2 months of school because I had surgery on my foot.
Oh, so yeah, you're lucky.
I had surgery, and Jason had to bring my work home every day for like 2 months.
Well, shout out,
School.
Jason. Appreciate that, because otherwise she would have been in the class of 2002 instead of the class of 2001. So, yeah.
Man, that means I'm smart. I can miss 2 months of school and still be good.
Or your school was very easy.
No,
Says the guy who had 4 PE classes as a senior.
it means I was smart. Don't do that.
Did grades matter in your house? How important were they?
Yes, grades mattered a lot. Like, they mattered to me personally because I wanted to do well in school, so I always got A's and B's. But I mean, now my brothers.
A's and B's are good. I made honor roll a lot for academic. My problem was I talked a lot. So like if you looked at my report card, you'd see like A, B, A, B. And then on the conduct side, it'd be like you. It's like you talk too much, so you don't need to get a good grade over here. So they would always call my mom about my grades. I would be afraid of bringing my report card home. I would be trying to like overlap it so that you didn't see the conduct grades, and all you would see was like the good stuff. But
And for the teacher, you wanted to hide the report card.
I did. But because my sister was always the great student, I had to always live up to her expectations. She came home straight A's. I didn't have that. I was too busy trying to figure out how to.
You had A's and B's?
Yeah, she had straight A's. Telma's way smart. So,
Yeah, I mean, A's and
but-
B's is not bad.
yeah, but she had good conduct too. I didn't.
Well, some people came home with D's and F's.
I know those were a bunch of my friends too. So, but no, but what's crazy what's funny, and I look back at it now, and I hope my kids don't ever do it. Was whenever I would have like a bad report or anything I had to have signed by my parents, I would always bring it to my dad first. Because like I said earlier, my dad was the one who graduated with honors by being honored to be out of the school. So I could bring it to him and be like, all right, well, you can't say nothing to me because this is still better than what you gave to my grandparents. So,
True.
and I hope my kids are not watching this because I don't want them to get any ideas. Because I'd be the one they bring. I'd be the ones they bring the papers
A's
to.
and B's only. So growing up, my mom would cook, and then me and my brothers would eat at the table. Most of the time, my dad wasn't home. We would eat dinner, but if he ever was home, then we would all five of us sit at the table. But my mom would, like always, and she still does this now. She would make our food, and we would eat, and she would be like standing in a corner somewhere eating.
She's over to make sure y'all like the food and that y'all eat it, because she don't got time for y'all to complain.
But yeah, she would, and she still does it. Even when like we go up there for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, she cooks, and everyone else will get their plate and they'll be eating, and then she'll be off somewhere. I don't know why she does that, but
Yeah. Well,
still to this day, she
well, that
still
means
does it.
it's because she loves you. You were lucky, because my mother, love her dearly. She was one of 5 girls, and her 4 sisters could cook. I got the mother who couldn't cook. So my mother's cooking would consist of her, my mother's time in the kitchen would consist of her in the drive-thru. And then as she picked up whatever food she wanted, it was always a guessing game, like, what is she gonna bring home today? Is it gonna be like McDonald's? Is it gonna be Little Caesars? Is it gonna be Burger King? It was literally like fast food roulette in my house. So
Every day, though?
but what makes it even worse is that now that my mom's she's retired now and she's kind of gotten hip, she's learned about the internet and everything, and now she's going online looking at recipes for food she can make for the boys. So she's cooking for the kids, and she could never cook for me growing up, which is probably
That's
why.
the grandparent.
Yeah, which is probably why
Grandma.
I was a very fat kid. Yeah. Like my mom would come in and it'd be like, whoever she sees first gets their bag first, you know, and then, you know,
Oh
she
my
see me on the
gosh.
couch by the door of the garage when she walks in. I got my bag, tell me to be sitting at the table doing homework because I ain't got time for homework. She get her bag, everything else goes on the counter. When my dad comes home, he gets his food, and then whatever's left, I would eat. That's, like I said, why I was the fat kid.
You ate everybody's food.
I did. I was a garbage disposal. I was.
Oh
So,
my
but
God.
it's weird now because I look at the boys, and as much as I try to feed them food, like I didn't know how to cook when I was in college. I learned how to cook afterwards. So you know, all this stuff I'm getting and making foods, and they don't eat anything. Dylan, our 6-year-old is a self-imposed vegetarian. I've never met a kid that age who is a vegetarian by choice, but he'll eat
All
chicken
he
nuggets.
eats is carbs.
Yeah.
We didn't. Fast food for us was like a treat.
Yeah.
We didn't get it very often.
Fast food for me was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leftovers Friday from Thursday, and then Saturday. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Every day?
I don't
Like
think.
every day.
Yeah, I would say 99% of the time. How was your bedroom growing up? What kind of like responsibilities did you have? Did you have chores? Did you have to clean your room? What did you have?
Yeah, I had to clean my room because it was messy.
It doesn't really sound like you cleaned it. That sounds like your mom was like, Kayla, your room's a mess again. Clean it up.
Yeah. She was always yelling at me to clean my room because it would just be messy. So we had to clean our room once a week. We had to vacuum.
Once a week?
Yeah.
So like you could literally spend 6 days in a filthy room, and your mom did not go on a plan page?
It was. Look.
There's no way you're gonna tell me my mother-in-law could walk in your room, and if it looks anything like what I'm thinking it looked like, and not have a complete full-blown pan page.
She would be upset because it would be messy. Like, I would just come home and change clothes, and clothes would be on the floor and whatever. But I would clean it up on the weekend and do it all over again the next week.
I couldn't imagine.
We had to clean our rooms once a week, vacuum, dust, and
I would be
I
into
cleaned
it.
our bathroom. I don't know what Jason and Sean had to do.
Yeah,
I
see,
wasn't worried about it because I didn't have to do it. But I know I had to clean our bathroom.
yeah. I took the trash out, so I had to go around the house, get all the trash, which is probably explains why I don't like touching trash now. Like whenever I touch trash, I have to wash my hands. And I think my kids have seen that, and they have taken that over as well. because
do.
when you see them try to put stuff in the trash, they
You
like
don't want to
throw it and try to see if it can land in the trash bag, and then you end up with stuff everywhere.
Oh my god.
But I had to
They
do that.
do that though.
Yeah. But
That's
I didn't.
funny.
I didn't really have a lot of like junk and stuff in my room. So like my room was very small. My room was so small that, and I had bunk beds. I have no idea why I had bunk beds. But my room was so small, I took 2 shoelaces, tied them together, and I was able to reach my door from my bed. So whenever somebody would like come knock on my door, or my parents would yell for me, I could just like yank the string and my door would pop open. And then when they were gone, I would just swing it back and it would close. So, but I had some stuff under my bed. I had like my box of Legos and stuff like that. But like I said, my room was fairly clean. That's kind of how I am. I'm very like I hate.
You're very neat.
I hate living my life around other people's mess. So I don't want other people to have to live their life around my mess. So I always pick up my stuff. I'm constantly picking up behind the kids, picking up my stuff, and I mean, I've always been that way.
That's good.
Yeah, one of us has to.
I appreciate it.
I still cannot believe that my mother-in-law did not go on a full-blown pan page and
She
just.
did.
And there's no way. That was kind of what we wanted to talk about today. So this was kind of wrapping up the end of our first video. Like Kayla said, this is going to be a 2-parter, so there's going to be another part coming. Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe. If you have anything you want to see from us or questions you want us to answer, let us know. Send them in the comments below.
Comment below.
Like I said, we've got the YouTube channel, Lightfoot House Rocks. We got our Facebook page, Lightfoot. Yep, you're right, but it does rock. Lightfoot House Rules. Sorry. Our Facebook page. Follow us there as well, and let us know what you think. Till next time.